Hello? Hello, hello? Ah, there you go. Hello. Hello. I'm continuing from the... We're doing the Hatchfolk. Finally caught a stream. Let's go. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, we're continuing this from the video I literally just posted. So I think I'm gonna, like, mess with the body a little. Try and see where that takes me first. So I definitely want some of that wrinkliness that mole rats have. Not like too much. Um because hold on. Like the mole rats uh like floppy skin and stuff is also quite uh scale wise, like because they're so small, I think it makes their wrinkles look like they got a bunch of them. If I make the wrinkles this big, it's gonna make the hatchfolk look really small. Actually, that might be a good thing. I broke my wrist for working on crafts for too long. What? Well, get that checked out, hopefully. Redesign addiction going strong, I see. Yes, I can't stop. I can't stop, help me. I keep redesigning the same shit over and over again and never making new stuff. Please stop me now. But yeah, no, redesigning the hatchfolk is for a good reason because the hatchfolk I think genuinely can be improved, and I know that some people won't be happy with this redesign because they like the original version, but I like this more already at this point. I like it more just because, um, like I said in the video, there's this thing where like when a design sort of slots into place and it starts there's like a confidence to a design, right? There's a certain level of confidence to a design. With the original Hatchfolk design, there wasn't a confidence to the way I made their faces. It was really inconsistent. A lot of the features sort of like shifted around and stuff like that, and I wasn't sure where to put everything. And wasn't sure about like it hadn't settled into place yet, if that makes sense. But for this, I think this is really setting into place a lot stronger. Like I have a lot stronger of an idea of what features that are happening on the face. The cleft lip, the like sort of mole ratty teeth, but the nose still being sort of semi-human, and then like the eyes, and also like keeping some of the chin. I think this is really important actually. The chin down here, even if it's tiny, it's really important. Because obviously most animals don't have chins, right? We're like one of the only ones that have chins. So it made sense that that would still be left even if they start like transforming and stuff. You sound kind of tired, Sleepy Simon 600. Yeah, hold on, sorry. The reason I might sound tired is because it's currently 1 a.m. The thing is, my sleep schedule's fucked to the point that I wake up at 1 a.m. and then I spend my day until like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. and then I go to sleep and then I wake up at 1 a.m. That's it's it seems okay. I've realized I don't know if this is normal, but I think I function on a 25-hour cycle, which is annoying because every day has 24 hours. So it keeps shifting by an hour per day. Like, it's been consistently doing this. So it started off normal. I would wake up at 8 a.m., but then I would go to sleep at like 1 a.m. And then the next day, I'd wake up at 9 a.m. and then go to sleep at 2 a.m. And then I'd wake up at 10 a.m. and go to sleep at 3 a.m. So it keeps like slowly shifting along. And at this point, it's almost all the way back around again. Before this, I was going to sleep at like 8 a.m. in the morning, and then it went 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and now I'm at like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. So I'm going to sleep at 3 or 4 p.m. and then waking up at 1 a.m., which is now. Now we're working, I guess. I saw your video about 3D modeling of the Witch tier. I just had to uh, have it myself, so I printed it, and it's amazing. I really do like it. Thank you very much. Send me pictures. What are you doing? Where are my pictures? I insisted on that in the video. I did I? No, I don't think I did on the video, but still, I want to see pictures. If people print out my stuff, put them in the Discord at me so I can see it. I would love to see it. It makes me very happy. But yeah, I'll have to see about how much wrinklage I want to do with the Hatchfolk. Because I like how their face is sort of structured at the moment. And like adding wrinkles makes it so it's harder to tell the overall shape of something as well. So I have to see how many wrinkles are going to be a good choice. But yeah. Uh, Different from the earlier version of the Hatchfolk or the original version of the Hatchfolk, I definitely want to mess with their proportions a lot more. As you might be able to tell, they are a lot less human shaped. I think I accidentally made the the original Hatch folks a lot too human, shape wise, like anatomy wise. I think they were just too human. So now I'm gonna really try and make their shape a lot more rat like. It would help a lot with how they're supposed to be in like tiny little tunnels and stuff like that. So having their proportions be more elongated and flat makes sense and helps them fit into like a lot tighter passages. So these guys can like make really small tunnels compared to humans. So like most humans can't even fit into them, um, which is just good in general. I mean, if you want to hide away, uh, making your main threat not be able to enter your house is probably good. I like this hump in the back actually. It's I sort of took it after this with the long femur, or not femur. Is it femur? What's this called again? This thing that's like in people's crotches. Is that a femur? No, not a femur. What? Hips? I forgot the name of it. But yeah, they're like this long, more rodent like. Oh shit! Thank you for the $5. It's Riz. Hello, Mr. Simon. I've missed the past few streams, but I'm back. Welcome back. Pelvis. Thank you. Yes, pelvis. But yeah, I think I like this shape a lot. Like big, long rib cage, and then like a hunch down. Really big fan of this new design so far. It looks so much freaker. Yes, thank you very much. That is my intention. But yeah, the thing is, I'm glad it looks like this. I'm glad that it's looking like this because uh it was really hard to make a rat person not look like a rat person. Does that make sense? Like if you add rat features to a human, it turns into a Skaven or like a rat person, but I don't want a rat person. I don't know how the hell I was going to make a rat person that doesn't look like a rat person. And I guess the solution was just don't use rats. Like, don't use rats. So I did mole rats instead. And that helped a lot. So less rats now. But also, if you like do too little rat or like too little mole, it turns into like this thing. It's such a weird, like awkward middle ground that you have to find. It was really hard to find it actually. So like, I think this face is good. This face is good. Slightly more upright? No, no, completely not. They're not supposed to be hunched. They're in like tight, small tunnels. So having them be more lateral makes complete sense. You don't want a rat person, you want a person rat. Yeah, yeah, but yeah. This is I'm happy with this. I was gonna like do the proportions again, like draw them again, but I don't know. I kind of like this. I don't think I need to change this. I think like okay, face wise, do I need to fix something about the face? Somebody did suggest having the eyes poke out more, like having them be more bulbous or bulging, like some rats do. But I think at that point it's gonna look like a squeaky toy. And also like scale wise, again, that sort of happens to like smaller creatures. If they get bigger, it doesn't really happen that much. Simon, have you played Dole Acres? No, I have not. Maybe they could have sensing whiskers on their face. Maybe their hair in certain. Well, yeah, they do. They do have whiskers. Um, well, maybe it could indicate culture amongst certain groups of them. Maybe give him a comically large wheel of cheese. Ah, yes, that's the solution. That's what I've been missing is to give him a comically large wheel of cheese. Now we know he's a rat person because he loves cheese. How much do you think the appearance of Hatchfolk should vary? A lot. A lot. I think it should vary a lot. The trenches are incredibly vast, so it would only make sense for the Hatchfolk to also be very varied depending on where they are located in the trenches. Just different not species but breeds of hatchfolk, I guess, where they vary in size and like length of snout and proportions and all that. Yes, definitely. So this is not like a universal hatchfolk. This is just the one I plan to design at the moment. So I'm not like writing myself, or I'm not putting myself into a corner where it's like this is the only hatch folk that exists. No, no, they can definitely come in a lot different varieties. Also, I think this arm is a little too far forward. It's giving T-Rex because I need the collarbones here and then the that there. Yeah, more like that. You could call them families, yeah. Do they actually like cheese? I mean, I feel like they would, wouldn't they? They would definitely like cheese. What's their actual diet? Oh, shit. Fucking ants on my back. I forgot to record. There's ants climbing on my back. Or an ant, I guess. Their actual diet would consist mostly of things within the trenches. They are scavengers. So it would be like red root tubers, other like small rodents and critters that are within the trenches, rations that they scavenged from the soldiers, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I feel like they'd like cheese. They definitely like cheese. Cheese exists in the world, no doubt. Like, why would I not have cheese in my fantasy world setting? Um, so they definitely like it. Like, they probably got exposed to it from. Oh, you know what would be really fun? They got exposed to cheese from the rations of the soldiers. Obviously, I feel like some fancier rations would probably have cheeses in them, and then they could have maybe figured out how cheese works. Like they're not stupid, right? They're still human. So it's not like they so it might have been lost to them because of the long time that they haven't had milk available to them to make cheese. But I bet they could find like female cabracs or chatter pigs and milk them and then make their own cheese in the trenches, like using the yeah, like they could totally make their own cheese. You know what? That's such a I think that's a really funny image to picture a platoon of soldiers that has like their own herd of uh cabracs like that they bring with them, and then at night they hear the sound of them like mooing and stuff, and they go to check it out, and it's just a hatchfolk like sneakily milking one of their cabracs in the night as they are like sleeping, and like they see the hatchfolk and they're like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And the hatchfolk's like, "Oh!" and, like takes the bucket of milk and starts running away. Like they sneakily milk the animals to make cheeses. Ratatouille, Russian cheddar slightly, but it makes sense. Like I feel like they would totally do that. It's like, oh my god, they have a female Kavrak. We have to get our hands on the cheese. We gotta get that milk for the cheese. Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. Maybe they could have a specialized cheese made from their own milk. No, no. I mean, yes, no. How? Hmm. Yeah, maybe we can do their own cheese as well. Yeah, they are in like a more survivalist. They definitely more survival style. What the fuck am I saying? They take all the opportunities that they can get, so probably they would make their own milk into cheese. Started drawing on Krita. I would love to see your uh, process to learn how to use it better. I mean, it's literally just a drawing app. I don't. There's no like magic functions that just make it different from any other apps. I have a, I have a pen. I have an eraser, and I have a Control Z button. It's pretty much all I need. What the cheese tastes like? No, no, I don't think that's bad at all. I'm quite curious about what Hatchfolk cheese would taste like as well. I guess it would taste quite similar to. Have we? I mean, surely we've made, human cheese. That's definitely something somebody probably thought up already. Um, well, I'm gonna search that up because obviously that's a thing. So it would probably be similar in taste to human cheese. Human cheese refers to the human breast milk or from bacteria swatted from human skin. Why the fuck would you want to do that? Uh, will they be social? I don't know what that means. I feel like somebody would have made a YouTube video about it. Yeah, surely. Hold on. Let me search on YouTube. Human cheese. Breast milk cheese. There you go. Okay. This is the video I watched, and I guess the sentiment is there is no yuck factor. It tasted like cheese. Okay, fair enough. I guess there's not really a to the untrained palate. There probably isn't like any noticeable difference. If you weren't told that it was human cheese, you'd just assume that it was cheese. So probably no difference. Maybe hold on. Is there like rat cheese? There has to be rat cheese too, right? Rat. No, because who the fuck would be milking rats? I guess. Yeah, never mind. I thought like, oh, of course, surely there would be rat cheese. Who the fuck is milking rats? You don't have to research so much for world building. What do you mean? I'm curious about this. Why the fuck? Why would you not be curious if there's human cheese? Look, I'm walking around because I need to turn on my light. I can't see. There you go. That's better. It's for the fun of the game. It's not for world building. I'm not forcing myself to research this. I'm genuinely curious. Can rats even produce milk? What kind of fucking question is that? I mean, yeah, of course they can produce milk. They're mammals. Mammals produce milk. So yeah, of course they can produce milk. I mean, fuck, we've milked nuts. We've milked peas. Or so like I think we can manage to milk a rat. We've milked cockroaches. So surely there's something to milk. I guess yeah, the human spirit you can turn that into the next like the indomitable human spirit meme. Like if there is an animal, humans will figure out how to milk it. Indomitable human spirit. I'm gonna fucking milk that thing. We've milked cockroaches, have you not? They don't have milk like mammals do, but they have like this nutrient dense liquid that they produce to feed their offspring while they're still inside. And we've figured out how to siphon that out of them. And it's incredibly nutrient dense. It's disgustingly nutrient dense. Um, Problem is, we haven't figured out how to like get it out of them without killing them, I think. Or that was like a long time ago. Maybe they have figured it out at this point. Um, but yeah, so calling it milk is sort of not uh right. It's not really milk, but still kind of the same idea. This is getting too much. What are you guys on about? What is your fucking I don't know why everybody in the chat is like, "Oh my god, he's going nuts. He's talking about some crazy shit." Have you guys not been on the internet? Like this is incredibly mild subject matters I'm going over here. Like maybe I've been desensitized, but this seems like a completely normal conversation. I'd strike up this conversation with any random stranger on the street. If I had the chance, I'd be like, dude, they've been milking cockroaches, and I expect the person to just be like, oh, neat. That seems like the normal response to me. Is this not a normal conversation? I feel like this is incredibly mild. Like you guys are we in the Victorian era? Are you guys? Oh, this is unheard of. What are you talking about? There's gonna be a little milk carton sitting on a shelf with a little picture saying cockroach milk. Yeah. I hold on. Did they get people to try that? Hold on. I'm searching it up again. Sorry. We're going off. Yeah, there you go. It's literally like the first thing that comes up when you search cockroach. How to milk a roach. Yes, SciShow, tell me. I'd try it. I feel like I'd try it. If there was an opportunity where somebody handed me a glass of roach milk, I'd be like, you know what, fuck it. It's it's the next protein shake. Like that's the next exercise meta is cockroach milk. Nutrient dense as fuck. Just chug a cockroach milkshake and go to the gym. You'll get as strong, you'll become as strong and as fast as a cockroach. Eventually, if you drink enough of it, you'll be powerful enough to survive nuclear blasts. That's not a thing, actually. They're just more radiation resistance. It's not like if you explode a bomb on their head, they're not gonna die. They will. Just the radiation afterwards. That's not bothering them. I'd try it, Simon. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'd try it. What? Wouldn't you? Like that is a once in a lifetime opportunity, is to try cockroach milk. Like, I'd fucking try it. It's crazy high. Hold on. The nutrition. Yeah, let me read it out. Hold on. No, no, not confirming if this is like legit. Uh, yeah, in 1977, lab analysis showed. Okay, so It's not commercially available, but lab analysis showed that this ambrosia that comes from the cockroaches is 45% protein, 25% carbs, um 16 to 22% fats like lipids, and 5% amino acids. So it's disgustingly good, um like source of nutrients, essential acids like omega-3 fats and vitamins, minerals, whatever. Like it would be a miracle food if it was available, right? Like it seems very tempting. Yeah, so actually with the design we're gonna model in 3D, I don't really have to concern myself with the face and stuff like that too much. Uranium is like four. Yeah, but you can't eat uranium. You can, I guess, but like once. Okay, there you go. That's the Hatchfolk. I'm quite happy with that actually. I said in the video that I'm gonna keep working on it, but like I sort of like their face a lot. I don't think they need to look more distressed than that. They look awkward enough. So now comes their clothing. I need to draw their clothing. So the idea is I'm gonna make a miniature of this, right? They look a bit guinea piggy. Good, good. Okay, so hold on. Let me draw a rough sketch of it. So the idea is I wanted to draw a hatchfolk that was posed like this, sort of clutching a gun with a hook on it, like a little hook that they would use to like drag corpses or like cloth or clothing and stuff like that. Like this is sort of the pose I was thinking of for the miniature. Thing is though, we're gonna make the hatch folk in a T pose first because I want to try and pose the model individually because then I can make multiple variants of the same miniature. Uh, so you don't just have duplicates of the same thing over and over again, right? So like that maybe, or also like a more upright version as well. Little stubby arms. Can you give any Blender tips? No. What do you mean? How did you learn Blender so fast? Like, I have been using Blender for 5 weeks and I can only make like plants, like only balls with a texture made by shaders and noise textures. Well, have you like, oh, thank you for the $10. Clairvoyance. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What if their shoulder blades poked out of their back more, to give them more of a mutated human vibe? No, I don't think so. Like their arms are very low on their body. Like it's sort of like if you pull your shoulder blades forward and try to like touch your shoulders together, that's sort of where their arms are resting. So it's not really that like in a resting pose their shoulder blades would be poking out of the back, and when they lift their arms up, I for sure like you would see some like deformation in the back here if they're like reaching their arm back. But besides that, I don't want like overly big shoulder blades. That's more of a thing. Oh, the overly big shoulder blade thing. I think that's a lot more of a thing when the they are load bearing. So in like four-legged animals like mooses, or horses and stuff, or cows, like you start seeing the shoulder blades be like longer and more prominent because well they're actually like standing on their arms pretty much. That's just my theory, by the way. That's don't take that with a grain of salt. That's just how I think about it, I guess. So knowing that these guys aren't like constantly standing on their front limbs, I don't think they'd be evolving to have like more solid, upright shoulder blades or whatever. But yeah, um, how did you learn the? Why did you say balls like that? What do you mean? Why did I say balls like that? I just said balls. Simon, how did you learn Blender so fast? Like, okay, 5 weeks, and I can only make like plants and balls. Like only balls with a texture made by shading and noise texture. I mean, have you? What have you been doing? What do you want to do with Blender? What's the plan? Like, what do you want to learn to make in Blender? If it's not plants, do you want to make plants? Uh, like if you want to mold, like sculpt and stuff like that, just look up like the first 10 minutes of the sculpt video. Like literally search up Blender sculpt tutorial. On the first 10 minutes, he explains, okay, this is how to go into sculpt mode. Oh, planets. Do you want to make planets? I guess the good question to start with is what do you want to make? I might be biased because my shoulder blades poke out all the time. Oh, fair enough. Oh yeah, like for sure the thing is like my basis of being an artist helps a lot with learning Blender. Or okay, here's the thing. You have to separate the two parts of it. There's two separate learnings that have to happen for me to make good models, right? Because there's the learning. Oh no, I'm turning into fucking pirate software. I'm writing down. There's the learning. Um, there's the learning on the technical part, like actually learning the tool itself. So that's what I did fast. So it's not like I learned how to make good, like um learned how to make nice looking models. Like making nice looking models uh is completely separate from learning the tool. I just learned the tool. The thing is, I already had a sort of baseline to make something that looks nice because I'm an artist. I sort of know already how to proportion things, how much they're supposed to stick out, how a texture is supposed to look, and that like really helps get you over the finish or helps jumpstart that part really quickly because I know what something's supposed to look like. So most of the part that I actually needed to learn or spend most of my time learning was just figuring out Blender and how to use Blender and how to use the tools. Uh and after I got that and like figured out how to use brushes to do the things that I needed them to do, then, it was easy to translate my already existing stuff. My plan is to make rendered cinematic shots of planets and environments. I'll send some of my planets in the art channel in the Discord. Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, at that point, I can't fucking help you, man. Like, just look up a bunch of tutorials, I guess. I don't know, and I don't know. I'm not qualified. to give any advice. I literally just started. And also that's completely not what I learned to do with Blender. Like what you want to do with Blender is completely different from what I learned. And mine, honestly, the thing that I learned it for is so much simpler and so much more forgiving than 90% of what Blender is actually used for. Um, because I'm making specifically miniature models for like D&D, tabletop miniatures, that kind of stuff, which cuts out 90% of what makes Blender hard. Like I literally needed to just learn how do I make a cube? How do I sculpt the cube into something? That's it. That's all I needed. For you, you need to learn shaders, you need to learn camera movements, you need to learn lighting and that shit, so good fucking luck. I have no idea how any of that works because I didn't learn that. I didn't need to learn that. What the problem with Blender, as we discussed here before, is that it can do too much in too many ways. Nobody uses it the same, so everyone has their own ideas on how to use it correctly, and everyone is wrong. Well, yeah, or I don't want to say everyone is wrong. I think glass half empty, glass half full. I'd say everybody is right. The thing is, if you get the outcome that you want and it looks right, then whatever method you use to do that is right. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. If your goal is to make a pretty looking planet in a rendered scene and just have it be like a recording of a planet like panning around and showing the fucking horizon and whatever, and that looks good, but it's disgustingly shittily optimized, it doesn't matter if your goal isn't to like use it for anything that requires optimization, you know. And if but so it only matters in the scope of what you're going to use it for. If it accomplishes the tasks that you set out for it to accomplish, then great. Whatever method you use to have it happen, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. So like there's no wrong method. You can make like yeah, there's slower ways to do it. There's more tedious ways you can do it. There's probably like I said it in my like learning Blender video. It's like there's probably 100 ways I can make my process more efficient and like so many shortcuts I could still learn to add things more quickly, to move them around more quickly, or just like put quick shaders on them, there's 100 ways to like efficient or make the process more efficient. But in the end, I still fucking finished it. You know, even if it took like 10 hours more, at least I did it. And it's done. So it doesn't matter how I got there. I can focus on like making it quicker and faster and better later. Just I at least made it first. Do everything low poly looking. I never use the thing for stuff that needs to be optimized. Yeah, yeah. That's fine then. I tried to keep it low poly as well. Like that was or that's how I like tackled the models, trying to keep it as low poly as possible for as long as possible, slowly like upping the poly count as I go up in detail. But like I also learned how to like decimate models, so like the ones on Sketchfab are like quite a lot more efficient poly wise. What, Simon? I love when we argue. Makes this feel less parasocial. What? I feel like it would make it feel more parasocial because I'm responding to you. If I was like ignoring you and stuff, I feel like make it better. Um, because then you'd realize that I'm a stranger online, and I am, by the way. Don't get me wrong. Please don't think of us as like friends or anything. I don't know you in the nicest way possible. I don't know you. Um, But yeah, where the fuck do I put this? I've been holding my phone with the chat open. I don't know where to put it. I don't have like a stand for it or anything. Uh, yeah, let's put it in here, I guess. There you go. That works. That works. is a really scary tool because it causes parasocial, not the thing where people. Oh, I don't know actually. I thought parasocial was when it's you just get attached to random people. I don't know the actual definition. If it's like specifically people that don't actually respond or why the fuck is it moving like this? Hold on. Okay. Yep. There. And then move this up. Okay. Perfect. There you go. Now I can see the chat better. Discord DMs legally making us acquaintances. What do you mean? That still doesn't count. Parasocial. I'm just curious because I don't know. Uh, Parasocial relationship meaning a one-sided non-reciprocal bond in which a person develops a strong emotional connection, sense of intimacy, and familiarity with a public figure. Celebrity. I mean, celebrity. Or fictional character who is unaware of their existence. Oh, I guess then it doesn't count because this is specifically unaware of their existence. I do know you exist. Um, so yeah, I guess it's not parasocial. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was literally just people considering me like a person they know and being parasocial. Like if you think you know me, that's parasocial. Even if I respond to you in chat or something. Like we don't know each other in the slightest. Like I don't know anyone in real life or anything. So it's like you technically don't know me at all. So that's what I thought of as like parasocial. You're their best friend because you saw their name, didn't you know? Oh shit. Okay, so what I wanted to do with them was that I wanted them to like have the uniform that the Rom soldiers have like laid across their back in sort of a cape fashion. Um Issue is I don't know how big the Rom uniform would be compared to them. No, I think they do have loose skin, just not to the extent of mole rats. Okay, so like how big is a person compared to this guy? Um let's lay a person down next to them, I guess. No. Have them like standing up. How big is a person next to this guy? Like that big? I feel like that big, right? Not too small. If we make them any smaller than that, they're yeah, no, like yeah, kinda. Okay, so if this is yeah, okay, so this is about as big as the jacket would be. What? Have we ever seen John Monster Garden and Simon in the same room? Now, tread lightly. That subject matter is not something to be talked about in stream unless you want to get banned. I'm warning you. Capybara sized? Yeah, sort of. Okay, so that means the jacket would. I wanted the arms of the jacket to be like tied together. Like that. I think that makes sense, right? Yeah, I'm still struggling to think how their like pants and shirt are. Uh, because the issue with the original like design is that it looked too clean. They have to look like rugged to a certain extent, obviously. How big are Hatchfolk? I literally have a fucking size reference right here. Do you not see this is a person? That's how big they are compared to a person. They're not that big. They're quite tiny, actually. Honestly, Hatchfolk are the last thing I would redesign. Good for you. Cool. Uh, their shirts. How do we do their shirts? I know you said you wouldn't do a Baby Yoda type forced insert, but could you please do a Baby Hatchfolk? No, I will never. They'd be hideous. I'd intentionally make Baby Hatchfolk hideous just so they can't be turned into marketable plushie. I'm gonna search up rat with clothes. that might be the solution here. Rat with clothes. What the fuck? Um, not what I was expecting. Yeah, they have the sleeveless thing going on mostly. So that doesn't help. Do they have pockets? Oh, they would need a lot of pockets. They will have a lot of pockets. So it makes sense to me that their arms would be left unbothered. They need a lot of dexterity, so their arms would be, kept unclothed. But their legs can definitely like have some pants. Like then we're just back at where we were with the fucking original design. Skaven. No! God damn it. That's the last reference I would want to use. Because I don't want it to look like the Skaven. I don't want it to look like already existing rat people. Why the fuck would I want my rat people to look like the already existing rat people? They might sew their own clothes. Like, it makes sense that they do. So, like, their own clothes would be fitted a lot better. Can you do Jakob and Stranger Body? Oh my god. But yeah, all the pouches and stuff like that are going to be under their body. So like here. Or, well, it makes sense design-wise for them to be there, but the issue is, like, miniature-wise, it doesn't make sense to keep all of those pouches hidden under them. Yeah, you'd want some, like, here. I guess you can sort of repurpose, like, the rigs that the soldiers have. So we can have some, like, pouches back here. Um, do we want any... It does make more sense. Like, they, instead of making the backpack, like, on the back fully, it makes more sense that they would sew it so they're, like, hanging on the side the same way as, like, a camel's pouches would be. Right? More like that. So, like, they would have the bags, like, hanging on their sides. And then their head. What do we do with their head? They need a gas mask. It could be that they steal, like, gas masks from obviously they make their own gas masks because they can't fit the ones that are made for the soldiers on their face. So it would be fun that they, like, make or steal multiple gas masks and use, like, the lenses of them together. Because, well, if you're gonna have if you have multiple lenses, why not just put all of them on one gas mask to have a better, like, view? It looks very fucking, I don't know. It kind of looks sci-fi though. Like, that's the issue with, like, multiple eyes. Donate these €2 to your local Hatchfolk community. Thank you very much, Newt. That'll feed them with sufficient amount of cheese for the time being. Thank you very much for your donation, your generous donation to the Hatchfolk community. 20 sec, yes. They need it. Indeed. Indeed, they need it. Hmm. It looks like shit. It looks like shit. It looks so bad. Because their proportions, it just looked like I really fucked up drawing a person. Which I guess makes sense because they're supposed to be mutated. But it just looks like I crunched a person down into this position. Uh, how do I. More pipes? I'm just fucking around at this point. I need to find like a sort of thread to latch onto, so I just gotta like tinker around and see what I can come up with. It doesn't. Okay, what if they... Hmm. To protect their ears, they have like wadding and stuff in there. Boy, this sucks. You do Inktober? Nah, I can't be bothered this year. Puppy? No, they wouldn't flop down. They so goofy. It makes sense though. I kind of like it. It makes them weirdly goofy. So the idea is basically they are really sensitive, like they have really sensitive hearing and very sensitive noses as well. So they would definitely like pad it out to help save their hearing. It would mean though that they would need to be able to like take it off quickly. Um, so actually we can make this like a separate cap thing, like sort of a like a like that this cap. I don't know what this is called. This cap. So we can make it one of those so they can take it off quickly when they need to like hear things more clearly and stuff. But the gas mask doesn't need to come off with it. It's starting to look cute. I mean, if it has to look cute, it's gonna look cute, okay? I can't stop it from looking cute if it wants to. Such a little guy. Little guy. You want to go commit war crimes? Yes, you do. What the fuck am I doing? I'm sleep deprived. Wait, no, I'm not sleep deprived. I'm just yeah, whatever. I'm just aviation cap. Yeah, yeah, like sort of an aviation cap. Hold on, let me search that up. Uh, aviation cap. Yes, yes, like this. So yeah, I can take this as reference. I like the cap that's out in front like this, actually. And I also like the button that's here. Why is there a button? I have no idea. I'm just adding it. And then I can have the... Oh my god, it looks so cute! What the fuck? It is such a little guy. His little fucking pilot helmet. Okay, cute. It's a gas mask. They're supposed to be creepy looking. Why is he cute? Do I have to make the eyes bigger? Oh, of course that's not gonna fucking help. He's gonna look even cuter. God damn it. Smaller. Little beady fucking little peepers. It's still cute. I guess it's a little better, but still. It can be cute. I know it can be cute. Yeah, the mask looks a little too clean though. I definitely want like some frayed edges and that sort of stuff going on. We could do like a hooded design. World War II K9 mask. Yeah, let me search that up. Oh yeah. Oh, those can be fun. I like that a lot. Look at this. That's really good. Where's the gas part of it though? Is it just... Yeah, where's the... Do they not have a filter? Little schnoz. I like the texture a lot though. I like how thick the rim of the gas or the eyelids are. I definitely want to use that inspiration. You in Bangkok? No, no. And then I guess I can just have the tube come out of the side, like they can just sew that in themselves. Yeah, I like that. So, and then the pouches. I don't think I want more pouches on their back here. What's your favorite Thai dish? It's pad kapao mu gop. It's my favorite. Pad kapao mu gop. I eat that like every other day. Somtam. It's all right. Sometimes I eat it. It's not my favorite though. You know, I like somtam, but it's not like I eat it every day. I need like a more hoardery look to him. He's still too clean. I feel like multiple straps would make sense where he's like piled more harnesses on top of each other to like reinforce it and stuff. And also just more bags, I think, and like such just a random helmet and like gas mask. It's got to be more scavengery look looking.พูดไทยชัดมาก But yeah, I'm Thai ก็พูดไทยได้สิเป็นคนไทย They can have a lot of necklaces. Oh yeah, yeah. Like a lot of trinkets and stuff like that would make sense. They like shiny things for sure. So yeah, more like small trinkets and stuff like that definitely makes sense. And they use guns? Yeah, of course. They're human, pretty much. Like, just appearance-wise, they aren't. I'm a dip. Take care. Take care, Newt. Take care. Thank you for hopping in. Hmm. Have thimbles he found? Yeah, thimbles would be fun. I'm sort of more thinking like how so the backpack or their harness on their back pretty much runs down like a normal uh human harness with like pouches and stuff like this, and they just like doubled it up maybe. Uh but how do I hmm. I can't put into words what I'm thinking about right now, but there's just something.อ้าวเพิ่งรู้ชอบมากครับอ้าวขอบคุณครับ Man, you inspire me to get back to drawing. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you. Roll of stolen barbed wire. That can work, yeah. I think having stuff rolled up across their back like this in like a tarp Makes sense. I can imagine them like rolling out the tarp. So like when they're scavenging, if it's like if it needs to be quick and dirty, they literally just roll out this tarp with like hooks at the end onto the floor. They get all the guns and weapons of the soldiers that they're scavenging and just throw them into a pile and then just roll it up and then hook it onto their back so they're all like just bundled up like this. I think that makes sense. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, now I'm sort of happy with this. I think what I should do is make a turnaround of this, or like try to break it down more clearly, what's where, and then see about making a making a 3D model of it. Because I think if I make a 3D model of it, I'm gonna get a lot better of an idea of what's missing, if there is anything missing. The Hatchfolk, I made a video about them. It's called I Redesigned Humans. If you want to learn more about the Hatchfolk, you can watch that video. Yeah, they're basically mutated humans in the trenches that have adapted to surviving within them due to metamorphosis and turned into sort of um well little uh mole rat like people. They became a lot smaller and more elongated and rodent like to fit into small tunnels and stuff that they dig. Are you gonna model all the guns and stuff? I mean, yeah. I guess I will have to. I the more I think about it, the less I think the hatchfolk were a good idea to model for the first thing that is like humanoid. Because the issue is it's basically a soldier multiplied by like a few times because I need to do multiple harnesses, multiple pouches, multiple guns just for one of their designs. But I guess that will be a good starting point. Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be fine because it's gonna be a lot of fun just modeling guns separately and then adding them to the model. And it's no harm to have like more guns, because I can always just reuse them with other soldiers and stuff. So yeah, it's completely fine, I guess. It'll just take a while longer, but it's gonna be worth it in the end because I can always just reuse the pouches and that sort of stuff. Your English is crazy good for Thai. I think you were foreigners for years. Did you study abroad or self-learn? I learned it myself, but I am like half-half. I am a dirty half-breed. I moved to Thailand when I was like 8 years old, from Germany. So I'm half German, but I didn't learn English in Germany. I didn't get that far. I did learn it myself from like documentaries and YouTube and stuff like that. There's no harm to just have more guns. Indeed. What kind of guns are you using in the world? Revolving flintlocks. So yeah, that's something. Hmm. I'm thinking right now. This is me thinking, by the way. I'm not just dead. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna do like a rough drawing of this guy. And then what pose am I gonna draw this dude in? I want to learn how to pose models, but the issue is a lot of these like little elements are very pose relevant, like how they droop and sag. So how do I do that? I guess I can do the base model first and then just add stuff on top of it. I remember Ram Soldiers had some kind of magic scrolls grenade, but I don't know if Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we can have those scrolls as well. Hold on, scrolls. I'll remember that. But yeah, I can just do the harness and the cloak part and the gas mask and stuff and remove all the pouches. So no pouches, no guns, no like extra trinkets, and we can just add those in slowly. So how do I okay, if I want to pose a model, I guess I have to start it in like a T pose position. Hmm. Hold on. We gotta go to Blender to like test this out. Let me boot up Blender. Okay. Good morning, Blender. So if we I'm not gonna delete the cube. The cube is my friend. Uh oh. Thank you for subscribing, Flax. So okay. If I wanna so I can shift A. Let's just literally make the most simple fucking uh stick figure thing possible. Because I'm just curious about something. Uh literally the most hideous uh how beautiful. Okay, because the thing that I'm wondering about is if I can use there you go. If I can use the thingy brush to pose something and it doesn't like fuck it up too badly. So let me just like merge all of this. Apply, apply, select all of it. I join all transformations. Yeah, perfect. So if I go into sculpt mode with this, how much do I? Yeah, okay. Or yep, it's completely fucked, but that doesn't matter because there is a pose tool, and I'm just wondering how crunched that's gonna make things. Yeah, like look, it does that. It does the like Toy Story Woody style bend, but there's nothing like I wouldn't have a hard time just control Ring that and then just sculpting out the volume of that. So how okay, if I do this, yeah, that's sort of an issue. Um so it works if I do like singular limbs. Oh, that's also a problem. Cuz yeah, if it's too close to the body, it oh, there you go. It thinks that the body is where the joint is. You might have an easier time using rigs. Yeah, probably. Okay, let's learn rigs, I guess. Give me a sec. Blender, how to rig. And I'm just gonna... Okay, give me just a sec. Playback speed. Okay, cool. Let's try that then. So, whoops. So, Shift A. Add armature. Okay, then viewport the in front. Cool. Okay. Move them around with G. Yeah. Okay. And then extrude with E. E. Do I have to? Oh, okay. There. There. Okay. Hold on. How did we do that? Okay, cool. That makes sense. So I can shift D. Why are those not connected though? Okay. E. Do that. The. Ooh. That. And then E. That. Shift D. Uh, uh, and then I can do snap to Face. What did he do? Face project center. Okay. Fuck. Let go. Is it just face? Is that what I want? Oh, I can just hold. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, there. 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 Okay, cool. Can move this. Hello? Hello? Motherfucker. Give me that ball! That's the only one I can't select. What the? That was annoying. Okay, how do I... Okay, yeah, I don't care about naming the bones yet, so I could just do that. Right click, symmetrize. That didn't work. That. Where the fuck is my other side? Can I just... Yeah, fuck. Fuck it. I'm just gonna do it that way. Shift D, G, and then rotate. Nope, nope, nope. Where is that axis? Yes, thank you. I'll figure it out later. For the meantime, I don't care. Yep, good enough. Okay, what next? Okay, object mode, click on the model. Armature, control P. With automatic weights. Armature modifier. To the object. Yeah, okay. Okay, select the armature, go into control, tab. Oh, there we go. Cool, got it. There we go. Well, we got it. We figured it out. So now I can do like a T pose of like a simple model and then pose it afterwards. Ooh. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's definitely better than using the pose brush because that will make it very janky. So yeah, this is definitely the better way to do it. Just break his fucking arm backwards. This is fun. No. Yeah, can I break his back? If I select this, what does that do? Yeah, no. Do I have to do it like this? What the fuck? Oh, right, because the legs are connected to the upper portion. Yeah, what if I want to bend him in the middle? I can, like, snap his neck. I guess I can just do it incrementally. It doesn't really... It's not that... Like, I can... Oh, whoops. I accidentally have, like, two separate ones in there. There you go. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. He got impaled. There's a double spine. Yeah, there's a double spine. Whoops. We can fix that. Now I know at least. And also, the bones aren't permanent. Like, I can always just redo the bones after finishing the model. If the model... So the model can just be finished first, and then I worry about posing it. So yeah, let's do that. Be gone. Don't save. Okay, so I'd say having... Okay, how do we want to do this? So, I'd want it to be basically like this shape. Like that, right? I don't want him like fully straight up or out because that's never that's like they never pose that way. So I need this pretty much. A model that's posed like that. Hmm. So do I want the cloth? What about hands? I'm not gonna like pose each finger individually, so I'm just gonna have them be like mittens uh that I can sculpt later. So it doesn't need to be complex. It's literally just gonna be this, that. That's it. No hands or like feet separately. Can not bother doing that. So design wise, I want to keep the mask. Um, the cloak and the harness, but nothing else. Because the rest I'll model separately. I can also like add the hole where the tube is supposed to come out of the gas mask, but not the actual tube, because that will also need to be posed separately. So that's pretty much all I need. I should also bend the elbows uh, in the pose. And I do want um, a head without the mask as well. So we can start with a version with just the head, like the normal head, and then add the gas mask on top of that afterwards. So yeah, so the head be naked, and then the rest of the body I'm gonna keep clothed. I don't need to like make a naked version of his whole body, just from the sleeves outwards, and the rest can be cloth. So I'll just model him with clothing on. Okay, cool. Let's do that then. So let's take this guy, and we have to stretch this out and figure out what his proportions would be. Because I want to keep these proportions. Oh, whoops, that's on the same layer. Okay, and then the arms are little too long. Basically that. That's the proportions of this guy. Okay, now I want to match like the thickness of each component more accurately. And I need a front view. That. And then I want the clothes on top of that. How does it look from underneath? I feel like they would literally just have human clothes. It makes sense that they would just use clothing that already exists and just refit it. So they would just break the seams and then sew it closer to what their body's proportions are. So it would literally just be like human pants. Um, if maybe like a rope instead of the belt that it had. And instead of, they would have like a frayed. And I guess we can show that by having like very rough seams on the clothing. So there's like you can clearly see where they cut the clothing and then retailored it themselves. Yeah, and then the if the arms go here, we can loop the the pouch here. So that goes there and then just attaches like a normal thing would. Yeah, and then that's going to give like a nice separation here as well. Like that. There you go. So that's what we're going to be sculpting. The bare minimum clothing and the the harness thingy, but nothing more than that. They are quite nicely dressed, and I don't think that's a problem. Like, why the fuck would they, if they're intelligent enough to like tailor their own clothes and stuff? Why would they be miserable? Like, they clearly want to like maintain their own clothing and stuff. So there's definitely like wear and tear, but not to like an extreme extent. Okay, the feet and hands, the way I drew them in the original version, I definitely don't need to change that though. I like how I illustrated those. And also, I guess I'll have the like very rough seam here on the outside instead, um, just so it's a lot easier to tell what they did, um, to make it more interesting. So there, and then like another rough seam here. Just really big knuckles and more stumpy nails that help with digging. Big old hands. And then for the head, I guess I can. Yeah, that's the hard part for the head. Oh, I can use where is it? That use that. Sorry I'm not talking much, by the way. I'm just focusing on the work at the moment. I definitely want like a clear tear duct here, like what I did with that. Oh boy.
Okay, there you go. That's sort of the right proportions, right? I think the head's got to be a little bigger, actually. Yeah, that big. Yeah. Oh, I like the head being long, or the neck being long, actually. Okay, don't need that, but I definitely need a front view of the face. Okay. The face should definitely not be symmetrical. That's going to be an important part. Look at our beautiful boy. Oh, God. He's so precious. Beautiful boy. Look at him. They're like pugs. They're they sort of give me pug vibes. They're they're like really fucked up to the point where you kind of just have to go, "Oh. Oh no. I'm sorry." The eyes definitely have to be more sideways facing. They look evil. Why does this guy look evil? I don't want the the lot the 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 side view looks fine. He looks like sort of kind-ish, but the front view is just horrible. I think it's because like these like side lip things are definitely a little big. Like we can definitely tone those down. The issue is like the mouth. The mouth is inevitably gonna be like. "Arr, arr, arr." I can't have it not be that. There you go. I think that's a little kinder looking, a tiny bit kinder looking. The front view is definitely not their their strong suit. They're definitely not as appealing from the front as they are from the side, which I think is typical of anything with a long snout, right? Like anything with a long snout sort of looks good from the side, but as soon as you take a picture from it of it from the front, it just gets kind of weird. Same with horses. I don't have anything against the people that like the original Hatchfolk. Just for me, I don't like the design. So I want to redo it. They definitely give off a lot more basement dweller vibes. Like, okay, the face is definitely coming together. I like it a lot more than the original version, honestly. In my opinion, it just fits what they are more. Even if the original version is more appealing, this is more correct because it's just yeah, this is like basement dweller face. But since they're rats now, do they have massive they okay. I don't know. Let's say no, because I don't think I like the implications of having to draw that. So let's just say no. Answer the question. I did. Do you want to crop it? Okay. I think that's all I need for to start the model. I don't think I need much more than this. The fun part, you know what I like about modeling, I guess? Another part I like about it is I have a tendency to not finish my drawings, right? I finish them to this extent and then just leave them unrendered. It is perfectly acceptable to do that when I need to model them, because I don't need them to be rendered to be able to model them. So I can just leave them half baked and still finish a model off of that. So it's actually like playing into my inability to finish drawing things. Because after like at this point, I'm already slowing down, being like, I don't really feel like finishing this, but I can just be like, well, that's enough, and just start modeling it instead. They would selectively breed What the fuck? They're people. They're people. They're not like animals. They're people. They're just like mutated people into this. That doesn't mean they're less human. Holy shit. Selectively breed the hatchfolk to make them prettier. And what, like keep them as pets? By the way, is there a place where all the drawings are? Yes, yes, there is. Look in the description of the stream. It's called the Codex. I have everything there. Everything. It's still a work in progress, but most of the drawings are on there. It's a complete mess, but it's getting there. But yeah, it's in the description below. You can check it out. I have most of my drawings there. Anyway, let's see. So if I sort of need to keep that. So okay, save this. And then save as PNG. Ugh. Oh, I guess I should make a new folder. Save as mini click hatchfolk. You know what? I might need to sleep. I might need to go to sleep, and then I'm gonna wake up and then continue this. I am getting a little tired. God, my sleep schedule's so messed up. Save a copy. Uh, where is it? Where are my minis? There it is. Save that. And that. There you go. Okay, I have everything ready to start making a 3D model of it. So besides that, but yeah, I'll stream again tomorrow, and then we can continue this. But yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep a little bit. It's probably just gonna be a short nap, because it's gonna be morning soon. It's almost 4 a.m. So I'm gonna take a short nap, and then in a few hours I'll probably wake up, make something for myself to eat, and then just continue streaming right away because I just want to continue working. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry for the lack of speaking and talking and whatever. Uh, but yeah, see you in the next stream, I guess, where we continue this. I The front view is bothering me. There's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with him. I feel like I can probably the thing is I can probably tweak it in Blender. After like shaping out the general shape, I can like fix the width and thickness of it to make it look proper, the way I want it. So yeah, we'll be able to fix that in Blender.